Hello, it is Diane with Diane's Blue Hearts and Butterflies.com, and my stamp class for September is using some fun folds that were shared with me by Elizabeth Shannon. She had a fun fold technique bundle that she shared with demonstrators for purchase, and I really loved a lot of the ideas, so I wanted to share some of these with my more craftier people that were interested in the class. And I fell in love with, in the 2023 September through December mini catalog, there was a paper, and it's Winter Meadow, and I just fell in love with the paper. I'm trying to get it out here so I can show you, with the all the colors and designs that were available for this set, and I just really wanted to use this in some of those technique cards. I also, because it did have the trees in here, there are several wonderful tree sets in that mini catalog. However, I do have several tree sets, and one of my favorites is in the pines. It's retired, but I went ahead and used it for this card, the dies and the stamp sets. And then I brought in the Brightest Glow, which is in the current 23-24 annual catalog, if I remember right, for some of the sentiments and such. And this is one of the new colors that are coming back in the color Refresh, Lost Lagoon, and then this one is the Night of Navy. Now these ribbons are in the 23 mini catalog for September through December, and I love those ribbons as well. Now this card, it has several folds to it. There's kind of a fold where you could stand it up. It has this binding fold on it, and then you can also open this up, and there's another fold right here. This pocket right here that you can create can hold money or a gift card, that if you want to include that in your card to give away for Christmas. You could also do this with any designer series papers and all that stuff for any occasion, to be able to give a gift card or money to someone. Or it doesn't even have to have that pocket. You could just give it as a fun fold that opens up. So let me share the dimensions. These will be found over on my blog at www.dianesblueheartsandbutterflies.com. I do put those over there once I get all the videos uploaded. So we'll start with the card base. Is a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of colored cardstock, and we'll go through the scoring on that. You're going to have the card front, which is a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 of the same color cardstock for the card front, a 5 inch by 3 1/2 inch of a coordinating cardstock to layer, and then this I did a DSP. You could do colored cardstock and you could emboss it. You could do just about anything. This one is 4 1/2 by 3. And then when you're putting this together, you want to make sure that you add your ribbon before you put these pieces onto the card front. The ribbon, I used a 6 1/2 inch piece to create the kind of the faux bow on the front. So after you've adhered these together, you will actually wrap this around to where the ends are to the back and glue those down. and then another 5-inch piece of ribbon to just tie a knot on the front, and that creates that faux bow. So this is one layer. There is the extra fold on the inside, so that is this folded piece right here, and that mechanism is a 5-inch by 3-inch of the same color, and we'll go through the scoring on that one. The layers to go on the front of that one to create that pocket, we have a 3-inch by 2.5-inch colored cardstock, a coordinating cardstock. This is 2.5 by 2, and that creates a layer. This one I used a designer series paper that coordinates. You could use cardstock, whatever. It's 2 inches by 1.5 inches. And this is the one that you will, if you want to create the pocket, once you get this all together, you're only going to adhere the side, the bottom, and this other side. You'll leave this part up here open when you adhere it to this piece here. So that's another layer. And then the inside of the card, you're going to have a coordinating cardstock layer. This one is 4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And then I use this as a layer to stamp my message on the inside for the sentiment. And this is 3.5 by 3 1/4. So, and then of course I included in my class the tree that I had already die cut for them to create that on the card front. So let me get those pieces put off to the side. And then we can go ahead, I'm going to bring in the trimmer. And we will need the leg out for the longer one. I don't know if you can see all of this, but you're going to do this in landscape. You're going to line up the left side with 4.5, and you want to make sure that you're using your scoring blade. So you need to move your cutting blade out of the way, and just the lighter one is the scoring blade. So you're going to score that at 4.5, 5.5. That creates that bookend fold that we're going to end up gluing together. 6.5. Those 3 lines right there is what's creating that. And then 8 1/4. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. The smaller, this is the 5-inch by 3-inch piece. You're going to put this in landscape, which is the long side at the top. You're going to score this at 3.5, and then again at 4. Okay, now I can move this out of the way. Okay, so here, I think maybe you can see those, I hope, lines. So this was the first one at the 4.5. We're going to fold that one in and back just to make sure that it's kind of able to be folded. This next one you're going to fold up. That creates your half fold right here. So you're going to want to make sure that you use your bone folder and get that one lined up and burnished. And then this next one, so that's the bookend fold right there. You're going to fold this one back on itself. Right in here is where you're going to add your adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and do that just so that we can close that. I use the Seal Plus. You could use tear and tape or white glue, however you want to do that. Again, this one is folded in half. And then that kind of creates that bookend fold like this. Now this little section right here, you're gonna bend it in and then bend this one back, because this line is half of this front, and you're going to want to get that squared up and burnish that edge, because this is where you are going to adhere that card front piece, which is this one. So you're going to want to have it, and the reason that we kind of fold this one is so that it can fold out, and then this will actually glue on here so it can fold open like this and stand up. So if you want to, you can go ahead and adhere that. You only want to put the glue on this half piece that is folded back, and you're going to want to make sure that you line up all of your edges. I'm starting over here on the side that's not glued down. And making sure, get that lined up on those edges, and then adhere that, and then that creates the first folding piece right there. Now this piece, we're going to, these are the two lines here, so the 3.5 and the 4. We're going to just fold those and burnish those edges the same direction, fold them under, but pull it back open. The part that you're going to adhere is this part right there. You're going to need to open up your card. This piece, you're going to put the glue on it, and then you're going to stick it in the very lower right corner and line it up with both of those edges. So I'm going to add some glue. And then line that up on the bottom and the side. And then you can stick that down. And then that still leaves it where you could pop this up. And so now you have these folds here. Alright, so now we are going to, I'm going to get out some other pieces that I've already gotten ready, some of them. Where are these? Okay, because I've already done the stamping on these. What I did was I took the larger tree from the stamp set that I'm using, and I inked it up in Smoky Slate, which is the cardstock that I used here, because I wanted to kind of match the, it looks like Smoky Slate inside the shadows and stuff. And then I stamped off to the side, and then I stamped on here. And then I used this saying from the Brightest Glow: "May the peace of the season light your world, and may your new year be the brightest." And I put that over that part. And so this adheres to this piece, and this is going to go on the inside. And you're going to want it where the longer side is across the top, because this is going to go inside and be in here. It's going to kind of cover up where this piece is glued on the inside. So we're going to adhere this on the inside of here, kind of leaving an equal border around right there. Then I have this part right here. This is where we're going to create the pocket. So I'm going to put some glue on these and glue them, the layers together. And since my designer series paper was kind of a solid piece, that's why I went with the white as a layer to create a little space between that and the darker. So I used Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and white, and then the Smoky Slate also. But I didn't want Smoky Slate here. Alright, now this one, I used tear and tape to create the pocket. So I am only going to go on the sides. And then on along the bottom. Sometimes people have a little bit of a hard time getting the backing off. So I watched someone and they suggested burnishing the glue down and then using the piercing tool on the take your pick tool. You can get up underneath that and pull the backing off. The trick is getting up under there, because it's really good glue. Which is why I'm suggesting it, because if you're going to be putting a gift card or anything in here, you're going to want it to stand up to people pulling it in and out. And then this is going to get centered before that first score line and fold line. And of course it goes in the landscape position too. And then I just created kind of a little thing here, so you could kind of see how it fits in there. Now we have the card front. So I'm going to adhere the designer series paper onto the layer. And there's a border around that. Then your 6.5 inch ribbon, you're going to put that across here. You'll add some glue to each side of the back and fold that ribbon over to catch. And then we're going to add some glue to the back of this layer, kind of trying to go up and over that ribbon so that it holds. And then we're going to adhere this centered on the front. And this is what I kind of call just a faux bow. You just take and tie a knot over this, and then using your scissors. This is some of that iridescent ribbon that is in that mini catalog, and it is so pretty. And you just add your little tailored ends, whatever you want to call it. And then I had some gems left over from some packs that I had before, but there are a whole bunch of other gems that you could choose from in the catalog, but I just thought that I would use 3 of them, a big one and 2 little ones, as kind of some bling on the front. And then using the white glue, the Tombow glue, I just put some glue kind of down the middle and in some of the other bigger areas along the back, and just kind of made it flat on the front. And I put it up underneath that ribbon, kind of had it overlapping a little there. And that just created a really pretty, super fun fold card that has a gift card in it that you could send to someone. You could make these for birthdays, you could make these for congratulations, graduations, all those different types of things. I just thought it was a super fun fold, and I wanted to share it with my class and with you. If you do enjoy these projects, I hope that you will check out my blog for other things that I post on there and other projects, and also check out other YouTube videos that I make. I link those to my blog posts. And if you would, if you like what you see, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. And if you click the bell icon, then you could be notified every time that I do upload videos, which is usually once a month. And if you like them and share them, that helps me get my projects out there for others to see. And I appreciate you taking the time to craft with me and see these projects that I have made for my class to share. And if you like any of the products that you see or want to see what's available, I hope that you will check out the Stampin' Up! Website through my blog and shop with me for any of the products that you would like to purchase. I appreciate it. Thank you.